So spirit, looking for collective needs to know. Hey, friend. Hey, love and peace. How you doing, girl? It's so cold. Oh my Lord. It is that time of year for y'all. Our cold is 80. And we about to have some kind of tropical storm. Or the tail end of a tropical storm or something like that. Oh my gosh, it's 41. Yikes. Already, it's only October. It's only October. That's wild. Her soul spirit as a collective needs to know. I give all honor and praise to the Most High. Without you, there is no us. Thank you, Spirit. In the car, the heat about to bring. Oh, in the car, the heat about to bring groceries in. Don't want to leave. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, that'll be good. All right, y'all. Hurry up and run in the house with them groceries. Because I knows how it is. Girl, no. Alright, so Spirit, what are you trying to tell me? You could be seeing 555. So I know that pearls form, I think, from sand, which is like rough. So I definitely feel like with the Two of Wands in reverse, I feel like Spirit is saying that like the pearl is complete because it has, you know, the world within a clamshell, and pearls are formed in clamshells. And that's why I was talking about sands. Like I think pearls start as like a grain of sand or something like that. And so Spirit is like, you know, there's no more cultivation period. The pearl is already formed and complete. You know, like you don't have to continue to try to like birth something or you know, hatch something, so to speak. Spirit is like, it's already completed. I'm hearing mission complete. So when as a spiritual being and as someone who has a high ranking spiritually, and you may be earth angel status, high priestess status, very high ranking spiritual beings, beings who have gone through the eye of the needle. And that's what I was talking about yesterday. The eye of the needle is basically the top of the Ankh because it looks like a needle. The Ankh represents a lot of different things. It just depends on who you ask, but the masculine and feminine, the connection of the divine to the human body. And the death card actually in this deck, the woman has on a dress that is white and looks like an Ankh. And then there's, you know, the circular part is wrapped around her head essentially. And so basically when you, I don't know how much I can say on TikTok, but when you die to self, like you crucify yourself. And then, so originally your body was like a cross where it wasn't connected to the divine, wasn't connected to your feminine energy, I'm hearing, because the cross in comparison to the Ankh is the Ankh but just has a straight up and down line. And so like I was listening to Bobby Hemmett, I think it was, the other night, and he was talking about how the cross basically is not circular at the top, so there's like no divine connection or anything like that, so you're completely in your humanness at that point. But when you actually die to self or crucify yourself and go through a death and a rebirth, which is actually an awakening, you go through the eye of the needle. And when you go through the eye of the needle, that means you are in the highest realms of consciousness. Literally, like at the throne of source. Everybody don't have access to that area. I can guarantee you that level of consciousness is way beyond like when people transition and they're in that, you know, like entry phase or whatever, and then it's determined if they're going to go up or if they're going to have to reincarnate or, you know, whatever the case may be. And when I tell you the eye of the needle is where the highest ranking divine beings, ascended masters, and the like just chill out with source, essentially. So like how I was talking about yesterday, how some people have a backstage pass to commune with Oshun, and I really wasn't trying to rhyme, Um, so like versus just being, if Oshun was a person, versus just being in a conference listening to her give a speech, you actually have a backstage pass to commune with her one-on-one, intimately, personally. And that's the same thing with Source. Like when you make it to that level, we talk about chilling up where everybody wants to go. Everybody. Hey, Eternal Life. So I would definitely say, like, if there is a heaven, it would be there. And when you awaken to that magnitude, um, your consciousness is there while you're in a human vessel. That's a whole discussion in itself, because that is essentially heaven on earth, to say the least. But you know, and I've been talking about, with that comes a huge responsibility, because you have a tremendous amount of power, and you have a tremendous amount of healing power, and you have a tremendous amount of destructive power, because essentially you embody Source. Essentially you embody your higher self. Source is everyone. So who is your ultimate higher self? Source. So yeah. Spirit said, we leaving everything and everybody behind that is jealous, competitive, unloving is what I'm hearing, if that's a word. People that were not filling your cup up on a regular basis. Unrequited love, I'm hearing. Like not even really cared for by your family. Everybody left you out in the cold, but you were like, I'm gonna get with my team and we gonna get this straight. We gonna get it all the way together. Cause you said, I need my coin. Okay. She is waiting for her harvest. And you see it's right there. She planted the seeds and she is growing a bush. And she is waiting for her harvest. But it's already here, Spirit said. Let the games begin is what I'm hearing. Like, it's not a game, but let the games begin. Spirit said, the best revenge is your paper. I'm just the messenger. Hey, Pragucci. Yeah, Spirit said, you are clear. Your heart is pure. Your mind is fortified, I'm hearing. When your mind is fortified, there's nothing that can get in there. Spirit said, your mind is like Fort Knox. Honey, I don't know what y'all did to make your mind like Fort Knox, but baby, here she go. I was just talking about her. Spirit said, congratulations. See right here, this is what I was talking about, the eye of the needle going around her head. Well, it's around her neck, but you know, she had to put it over her head essentially. And yeah, so this is confirmation. Spirit was like, yep, pretty much. I'm hearing that song, Nobody Greater. Nobody greater than you. Spirit is so stupid. And then the Hierophant. I'm up here singing gospel songs. I be talking trash about readers playing gospel or preaching the gospel while they pulling cars, and then the damn traditional Hierophant card comes out. Oh shit. And the devil. Spirit be on one. Spirit said traditional religion is the devil. Bruh. Thank you for the gifts. The God of Wands. This right here. This is so much balanced energy and so much just emotional intelligence. This man leads with logic and not emotion. Nothing that happened in his past impacts his decisions. Nothing that's happening currently impacts his decisions. He is balanced and fair and a leader. And he's got some big darkness. There, you know, some of y'all have some really dark past. But when I'm hearing Spirit say, when you have set your darkness aside, all of that divine energy can now flow through your vessel. And it's raining here. It's supposed to be flooding. Please, no flooding over here, Spirit. Rise and Roots, just let me know when you're ready. Okay. Alright, so Spirit. Excuse me. What else does the collective need to know? And actually, both of these look like the eye of the needle. Spirit said, this is the rebirth right here. You got your whole mind right. Your whole mind. Damn, and the King of Swords. Spirit said, oh yeah. You're operating in full authority, discipline, integrity. I was thinking about that, because we all have options to act outside of integrity because you think nobody's watching, or is just, available to you, and just because you can or whatever. But the divine sees all. And so, like, just to think that you're gonna just walk through life and just wreak havoc on people, or I'm hearing wreak havoc on yourself. Because when you are, I've been saying this, when you are locked up in your mind and you don't have like just clarity and stability, let me tell you something. Having worked in the criminal justice field, I guarantee you the most dangerous people are people with mental illness. And the stronger the mental illness, the more powerful that person is. I can almost guarantee you. Because when you have very powerful gifts, so what happens is when you have like a massive, spontaneous Kundalini awakening, it just blasts your crown chakra open. And so that basically puts you in the eye of the needle, which is direct communication from the highest levels of consciousness, essentially source. When that happens, you go, like I said, you go through the eye of the needle, and you could, like, if you have really big energy, even though you're going through the eye of a needle, basically, when you're having your awakening, as small as that space is, your energy will present in a way different manner from people having, I'm hearing, baby awakenings. I'm not really sure what a baby awakening is, but I can tell you that the bigger your energy, the bigger your purpose, the higher your calling, the more massive your awakening is going to be. And like when I studied African spirituality, the teacher was saying that you basically will implode on yourself if you're not utilizing your spiritual gifts. And what happens is people will have a massive awakening, and it'll be interpreted as some kind of psychotic break or psychosis or whatever. And then they don't come out of that. Because when you're reading energy, like I was saying the other day, you're reading future energy. So it feels in the now for you, but it's actually future energy, and it could be years down the line. And so if you're like very vocal when you have your awakening, if you are calling people out, calling things out, doing a lot of things or saying a lot of things or whatever, people can definitely get institutionalized during those times. And getting institutionalized, possibly on a bunch of medication and all kinds of stuff, it can just be, I'm hearing, a nightmare. So, Spirit just wants you to be prepared for another awakening, or maybe it's your first awakening. But if you're in the King of Swords energy and the Goddess of Swords energy, you really don't have to like brace yourself that much. You don't have to worry. Because at that point, when you have that much clarity and you have balanced your emotions and move more from an analytical, logical standpoint than an emotional standpoint. I'm not saying don't ever drop down into your heart space or don't ever have compassion for people and, give your heart to people. But what I am saying is that the majority of people operate constantly on their past or worrying about the future or not satisfied with what they've got right now. So they're stressed out. And so those are the constant programs running 24/7. But when you have fortified your mind, we're talking about the opposite is running on a program 24/7. So all those positive affirmations, all of those subliminals that you've listened to, all of those things that you have done for your highest and best good to basically control your own mind. The majority of this place is mind controlled. And so Spirit's like, to be able to transcend mind control, that's next level. That's straight up next level. Okay, so to close this out before I do Rising Rules reading, we have the Lovers and we have the Knight of Cups. So, I do feel like some of y'all are going to be in a relationship, divinely guided relationship, that, the man is going to have a cup of love for you, girl. Or your partner is going to have a cup of love for you. Just embodies a lot of different characteristics. But, expresses themselves very well when it comes to like telling you that they want you, telling you what they want out of the relationship. Like sit you down and be like, this is what it is and what it ain't. And if you with it, then we can get it. I've been rhyming all day. Okay. All right, Rising Roots, did you have a specific question or did you just want a general? Excuse me. We can get it. All right. Oh my God. All right, so Spirit. Alright, so Spirit, what does Rising Roots need to know? I just realized I never changed my playlist. Alright, so Spirit, what does Rising Roots need to know? Okay. Rise and Roots, did you leave something in your trunk? Because Spirit said there's something in your trunk that needs your attention. Like you left some ice cream or something in there. I feel like Spirit is making your reading real cryptic because they've been giving me like sayings the whole time, not really anything except for that part. So the first thing I heard was there is a ram in the bush. Girl, I don't know what that means. But I would say look up the ram in the bush story in the Bible because there's something about the ram in the bush story that you will resonate with. I've been very intentional to bring in that. Okay. Okay, you are very intentional. Okay, I don't know, child. I don't that could be something else. Um so I don't know. It could mean like a spare tire or something like that. I'm not sure about that one. But I would say look up the ram in the bush. Um look up that story in the Bible. I was getting a sensation. I was getting a sensation on my like around my torso, like my sides and back. So have you been having problems with your side and back lately? Cramping. Okay. Cause I was getting like a tingly sensation. Now do you mean from like your lady issue or are you talking about like just pain? Pain. Oh, okay. So the first one. Okay. Hi, Ashley. Um, I feel like they're talking about you have to figure out what your gifts are. Um, because I feel like maybe you were asking them what your gifts are, or maybe that's what you wanted to come out in the reading. But I feel like they're saying that you need to figure out what your gifts are. Um, I think I've told you before that Reiki isn't like going to be like a primary thing for you. And so you said yes. Okay. Oh, no, that was from earlier. Um Is that something that you were feeling coming into the reading, like you wanted spirit to tell you what your gifts are? Um, Spirit, what are the messages of rise and need to know? Now they're saying something like getting stuck on a merry-go-round. And so it's giving the energy of like just going around and around the same thing over and over again. Just getting stuck in a loop. So that could, I mean, it's giving the energy of like a lot of mental energy, a lot of ruminating on things. Oh, you said yes? Um, yeah, Spirit is just basically saying get off of the merry-go-round because they said the ride has to stop. Um, they're saying something about you're not allowing it to process. So it's, I guess it's giving the energy of where you'll start to think about something, but you won't allow yourself to actually feel into it. You'll like distract yourself with something, or try to think something else, or start speaking affirmations to stop the thought. But Spirit is saying that you really are going to have to feel into it. You're going to have to experience it, feel into it, know what it is that is happening in the moment, and it's going to have to be dealt with, or you're going to continue to be going around and around. So I've been consistent with posting, and my website, I need to put everything in action. Okay. And you said I received that. So, I mean, I get that you receive it, but does that make sense though? Because I don't want to put something on you that's not what you're experiencing. I'm also hearing, so when I have feeling or emotions, I do sit with them to understand. Okay. Um, what I mean, I would just say get with your spirit team on how to fully process it. Sometimes I do have thoughts and I will counter with affirmations. Okay. So I feel like that's very effective. However, um you are going to have to feel into it. So when you say sit with it, you know, like sitting with it for a couple of seconds and then hopping up and going to do something to distract yourself, that's not really sitting with it. So are you saying that you actually feel into it? You know, like allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to really just feel, you know, feel the full emotions. Um, I feel what I'm feeling in my body, then I ask why questions. Is it true or a story? Okay. So that's a good practice. So tell me, it depends on what I'm feeling if I cry or not. Okay. So tell me what you wanted to get out of this reading. Like without giving me any information as far as what is going on per se, but like what is the goal? What did you want to get out of this reading? And I feel like spirit is asking you that. Let me make sure I'm reading your energy though. Okay, so Sarah, what else does rising roots need to know? I'm hearing like anger management. Um, and I kept hearing the word sabotage. So it's giving the energy of like you trying to sabotage either like something that you're doing or a situation. And it's based on not fully believing in yourself. Honestly, is why I'm holding myself back from everything. Okay. Um, but did what I just say make any sense? And I'm getting a lot of information right now. It's really kind of challenging for me to sort it out. The sabotage. Okay, so that's what's holding you. That's what's been holding you back. So you said not the anger management. Okay. Um, so I definitely feel like somebody around you is dealing with anger management. Um, does that make sense? So how someone is treating you, perhaps? She's very angry. Okay. Yeah. So I feel like whoever the she is that you're talking about, that energy is, it's almost like the image that they're giving me is like her energy triggers your inner child trauma. So it's almost like you're reliving a lot of the stuff. Okay, so you're saying yes, it's draining. Yeah, it's like you're reliving a lot of the stuff that you experienced. And so that can be very overwhelming. And that is something that I feel like spirit is saying you will need to process through. And so doing inner child healing work is going to be very important. And it's also connected to spirit, like downloading to you what your gifts are. Because that that energy around whatever you're holding on to as far as childhood trauma, that has got to be moved out of the way in order for you to utilize your gifts properly. Because, girl, let me just tell you, when spirit walks you through the process, be grateful. It's a blessing because there are people out here that their gifts opened up and they totally went dark with it. You said it makes a lot of sense. Okay. Yeah, so like when people go dark with their gifts, it's never a good look. And so when people go dark with their gifts, it's typically because they have trauma that they have not dealt with. And so they're operating like from day to day through their trauma. And this is no shade to you by any means, but I was dealing with some stuff, some, interpersonal things that recently. And with the interaction, I was just thinking to myself, I work with adult 8-year-olds and 5-year-olds because literally we all are walking around with childhood baggage. And if you have not resolved that childhood baggage, that's how people stay locked up in their mind because swords are very fixed instruments and very sharp. So your mind could be sharp, but it could be sharp in the wrong way, you know, destroying you. So you just want to use that mental energy in a positive way so that it serves you in the best way. You said how to heal traumas. Um, you know, like I said, doing inner child healing work. I can't really tell you like a specific method that I did. So there's a lady who I had as a mentor, and she was like really big on inner child work. Very big on inner child work. And so she would tell us in, her mentorship class that we should go within, envision ourselves with, in the same room interacting with our inner children and just let them tell us how old they are, because we have inner children at different stages and ages. And so you just have a conversation with them. How old are you? Um, what is it that you need the most from me? The issue with that, at least for me, is that sometimes it felt like I was just kind of making it up. Like it just did. But at the same time, that was in the infancy stage of my gifts as well. So at the same time, I was just not really feeling tapped in anyway. So I probably shouldn't say that, because it might really help someone, that needs to do inner child work. Playing with your children is doing inner child work. Watching cartoons is inner child work. Just singing and dancing around the house. If you used to, a child, my little group back in the day came with a little Barbie doll called Jim and the Holograms. Okay, Jim and the Holograms came with a whole tape with a couple of songs on it. And you can best believe I was in front of that little stereo with my tape player singing my Jim and the Hologram song. So if I can find that on damn YouTube or somewhere, I will be doing that when I get off live. But just being spontaneous, going to have fun. And Rising Roots, this is still a part of your reading, but I think it would be a good time to talk about it, because that's pretty much what you need to do. And so, but what happens is, and I'm going to speak for myself right now. What happens is, when the world overwhelms us, and when we're overwhelmed as parents or as single parents or whatever, we're overwhelmed because we're working multiple jobs. You may be dealing with a problem child at school or whatever. It could be like just a multitude of things happening at one time. That takes you out of the energy of just flow and being able to really truly tap into your gifts. And so all of those things in concert is basically what the world has set up for our plight in life, is to be in this constant loop of trying to make ends meet. And Rising Roots, I'm not saying this is your situation, but it's like just trying to make ends meet, trying to go on little trips, but stretching ourselves to do that, or running up credit cards, or whatever the case may be. And Spirit is like, the work has to be done. So, but ultimately, what I'm saying is that, and I'm kind of all over the place because I'm getting a lot of downloads, so y'all bear with me. You getting out of, there's an energy that you may be in with your children, like when you're with your children. And so if you're in the energy of being worried about them, concerned about them, worried about your relationship with them or whatever, and you can't really enjoy your children, then that is like another way to keep us out of the energy of doing inner child work and bonding with our children and all of those things. So when you do inner child work and it involves your children, it takes it to a whole nother level, because then at that point, you and your child are healing each other's inner children simultaneously. So what does that mean? That means that your healed inner child has healed his inner child. So instead of being 40 years old before he can completely enjoy life free. He can reap the benefits of your work and grow up in a completely different mindset, in a completely different energy, in a completely different emotional place. And that is also tied into like your parenting style and, you know, what things that we may have carried over from our parents or whatever the case may be. I know there was stuff that I truly carried over from my mother, like 1000%, that I am not like proud of. Because it was, what I'm talking about is like just not having a lot of patience, kind of being hot tempered. Nothing, you know, like I very rarely pop my children. So it wasn't anything that was like, you know, abusive, but it was just, I could have been more present emotionally for them in a lot of instances where I didn't have it to give to myself. So in turn, it manifested as me having like a stressful interaction with them. And also too, all part of that is trying to control their outcome. So like if you're constantly in a state of trying to control the environment, control the outcome, control you know, who they grow up to be, control them staying out of trouble, and just all of those things, that creates a lot of tension when you're parenting. Because if you're just flowing, I'm not saying go with the flow, throw caution to the wind as a parent, and I know that you're not that type of parent, but allowing them to like really be children, laugh, run, play, roll around in the grass, and just be free, like blow bubbles and just all the things that we did as kids. And that's why a lot of times when spirit is telling people that they need to do inner child healing work, they use cotton candy, because that's the typical kitty at the fair or the carnival or whatever type item. Or at I'm hearing like at the circus and stuff like that. Yes, we definitely do that. Okay, that's good. That's really good. So I would say keep that up. But doing the inner child healing work with your inner child is going to kind of complete the circle or complete the cycle. So let me pull a couple cards for you. Oh my God. Pardon me. Today is my Friday. It has been a very good day. You said, I just bought a fort that came today for us to play with. Oh, that's cool. That's gonna be fun. And so Spirit is saying you're on the right track for sure. Just keep doing that. But also too, like getting out of your head and not ruminating. That's gonna help. Spirit said if you can think like a child, in the sense that they don't understand bills, they don't understand how much groceries cost, they don't understand or care about how much school clothes cost or none of that. So Spirit is basically like, if you can get into that energy, Have you been doing anything with tarot cards? I don't know why they want me to shuffle so much. You said, no, I have one deck of tarot and test oracle, but haven't touched them. And see the. Okay, let me see what Spirit is saying. Yeah, look at this. That girl, that ain't nothing but mental anguish, anxiety, fear. Okay, you were saying rest oracle. Okay. Well, you put rest in there, and that Spirit is saying you do need to rest. You absolutely 100% need to rest. And essentially, the Fool in reverse is what you were talking about, as far as like when I was saying the sabotaging yourself, and you were saying that's what's stopping you from basically doing, what it is that you want to do. And that's essentially that energy. And like I was saying, when you're trying to distract yourself, like you may like sitting in for a minute and then distract yourself. If that's what you're doing, then Spirit is talking about like a false start. I need to look this up because I don't know what a false start is in football, but they're saying it's like a false start. So it's kind of like how I've been calling myself doing this intermittent fasting and stuff like that. Hold on, I gotta do this. And I, call myself not eating after a certain time, but then be getting off the live and eating. But I try to keep it healthy at least. But so it's stuff like that, just. And then we have defensiveness. So I feel like standing up for yourself is going to be very important, especially like when the energy that you said is angry around you. And this is like indecision, anxiety. Well, no, standing your ground is not necessarily an argument. So just, setting boundaries, I would say. Standing your ground in the sense that, you can tell people no. But Spirit is like, despite it all, congratulations for being open to learning, open to being, open to getting more clarity, open to doing the work. So yeah, like that's a whole energy in itself. Okay. And so that is basically the path to getting your mind right. For real. Did you have any questions? Okay. No, I know what I need to do. You're welcome. You are so welcome. Thank you for always supporting me. Thank you for supporting my business and hanging out with me. I'm getting a little sleepy, but I want to pull some more cards. If you have to go, well, I see there's a couple people in here, but child, I don't mind sitting in here by myself because I'm just recording content. So I just said all that to say, I know you trying to get settled in at home, so don't feel obligated. So it's late over there. Okay, I think I'm gonna change this playlist. This might be putting me to sleep or something. Cause I do kind of crash on my Fridays. Let me see what this one talking about. You are welcome, honey. Oh shit. Oh Lord. It's the shook ones. Who y'all got out here shook? New York might be significant. Okay. New York. You should think about doing group meditations. You think so? I don't know, Chad. I don't know. I would have to really ask Spirit about that one. Because I just don't really like people that much. Oh, just with you? No, but for real, we can do that. I mean, honestly, I use YouTube meditation. Hey, Stormborn. Yeah, so I just be listening to something off of the YouTube. I started following, what is her name? I think it's High Frequency Guru. I like her channel a lot. She has a whole bunch of like subliminals. It's on YouTube. I think it's called High Frequency Guru. Oh my Lord. Look, he said he ain't a crook son. He's just a shook one. Lord, somebody dealing with a damn crook. Y'all, please don't fall for these scam artists that are. I shouldn't do that because they're like Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is a real thing, but I will say that people have really corrupted that because there's a lot of people out here that's trying to scam people, and they'll have you invest money and it'll look legit on the screen. It'll look like an actual website. And when I tell you, as soon as you um invest your money, the website crashes either that day or the next day. Like, you straight up looking for the website to see how your money is growing, and you straight up get that 404 screen. And you straight up get that 404 screen. I know. So somebody needs to really take heed. If your man is saying that he is some kind of software engineer, developer, or just, created a website and a business or whatever, and it looks real legit, but it's straight up smoke and mirrors, just really use your discernment, really use your intuition. Spirit said, we've been trying to give you messages, whoever I'm talking to. They have been trying to tell you that. They said, this fool. They said, we've been trying to tell you this fool is a fraud. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. They said that is not your partner. Yeah. Damn. Straight up lazy, boring. Honey, why do we do that? Why do we act like we want to be with lazy, boring, no initiative having ass people? This is confirmation. People that are just dissatisfied with life. Spirit be trying to look out for them and give them, cups of love and support and all that. And they just discontented is what I'm hearing. And he said, worst come to worst, my people come first. And this is not your person. These are not your people. This may resonate for you with a group of people that you felt was going to be your community, or maybe you have a 3 bestie hangout crew or whatever. Them not your friend. Spirit said, is that your friend? Do y'all remember that little video with that little trend where she's like, is that your friend? Yes, girl, the 404 cannot connect. That, when I tell you, I know people's hearts dropped. Because we're talking about people investing thousands of dollars from their savings, and that's all they have in the world. And they just trying to do something to get their money up. And honey, they hit send, the people pop it up on their screen, and then an hour later, they go back and it's 404. And it's not funny because Spirit is showing me A guy like falling down in front of his couch crying. Um, it is not a good look, because I'm telling you, people have invested their life savings, their family's nest egg, to these scam artists that are here today, gone tomorrow. Oh my Lord. Straight lies. We just got finished talking about mind control. But yeah, homeboy, homegirl is lying. Big time. Spirit said that is not love. It actually came out in the reverse. I don't tend to take these in the reverse that often, but yeah, it ain't love. The Spirit said love does not live here. And you need to pull all your power back. Please and thank you. Yeah, Spirit is saying you gonna need healing, because this person that took you down and through there had you out there looking like the ride or die queen. Come on, y'all. I'm hearing we too old for this. I said, come on, y'all. And then I heard we too old for this. Spirit said, yeah. Don't let homeboy or homegirl have you in the clank. For real. Don't let them do it. Please. Because when you affiliate yourself with people who are committing or actively committing crimes, you don't even want to be a witness. You don't want to have to be questioned by the popo. You don't want no parts of none of that. Yeah, like the Spirit is like, chalk it up to an affair. Move on. If y'all knew how much Spirit does not care about premarital sex, Spirit doesn't care about it. Because you would think that when I'm talking to my spirit guides about not wanting to be intimate with someone because I don't want to catch feelings, and their immediate response is, well, don't. And I was like, oh, okay, y'all trying to have me out here like a whole dude, straight for the streets. Okay. I was just like, excuse me? Oh, okay. Now, STDs and all that shit is a real thing now. And I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like all of that is orchestrated. So, we can say, oh, well, if we don't do this, we won't get that. But I had an uncle that passed from lung cancer, and he never smoked a day in his life. So, I'm just saying. Yeah, I feel like homeboy, homegirl trying to get out of Dodge. So if you get ghosted, it's because this person did not want you using your gifts to know the boo-boo that they doing. because they've seen your gifts in action and they said, oh no, we can't, yeah. They out here abusing and neglecting people's credit cards. So I don't know how that looks because I don't know much about financial crime, but it sounds like, taking over people's bank cards, um, bank accounts or whatever. Because there was an influx in that a couple of months ago. I would say like maybe 6-ish months ago. Lord, look at here. But see, the song is Ain't Nobody Makes Me Feel This Way. And you really are ignoring your intuition just because you want to deal with this fraud. I'm hearing slick talker, but it's not going to last for long. They might want to bail now. Like, not, and no pun intended. But yeah, they might want to take a trip away from the activity. Yeah. Go on, take a trip away. This boy just be licking himself. The dog. TikTok, the dog. Well, these two came out together with the boat. So, this is for entertainment purposes only, but apparently somebody is going to be found like this on a boat. Eek. Yeah, I don't know if I want this energy right here. Spirit, what is the purpose for us knowing any of this? Okay, so Spirit, this is kind of wild, but Spirit is saying that I'm hearing either a person or people were using their gifts to try to dismantle your gifts. And the boat is significant because of the water. Like these people just moving from emotion, period. And when you're primarily moving through emotion and making your decisions through emotion without balancing it with logic and reason, he said, I want to do the right thing is so much better than the wrong thing. Because I'm telling you, making these decisions from your emotions and not balancing them will have you out here doing all kinds of I'm hearing treachery. So, hey Lotus, how you doing? My mouth is dry. So, let's see. Good. I'm good. You know, I'm just a little tired. This is my Friday, so I'm gonna be chilling tomorrow. And tomorrow is going to be good. Snuggle weather, hot chocolate weather. I really need to go to the grocery store. I don't want to. I want to make some chili, but I can't have rice. You said I tried to and just came in from my nightly walk. Okay. Oh, you said I'm tired and just came in from my nightly walk. Okay, good. It's always good to get that exercise. Right, child. Look, I can't hardly see the words because they white, and I'm like, and it may be this light too that's facing me. I don't know, child. My eyesight, like when your eye doctor pats you on the arm and is like, "Poor baby," you know your eyesight bad. My eyesight is bad. Man, when I tell you, when that doctor did that to me, he didn't mean no harm because I love that doctor, handsome Indian man. And honey, he meant no harm by it, but that shit cut me like a knife. Cause I'm like, sir, that's not good patient communication. Come on. So yeah, dirty money. This new boo is into dirty money. Damn, son. But yo, he better cut that shit out, or she better cut that shit out. Spirit said, wake up. We shining a light on the situation right now. Yeah, they would love bombing you. Because that's what they do. They love bomb people to get you reeled in real quick and wound up real tight. Look, I'm far and nearsighted in each eye and astigmatism in each eye. Yeah, I have astigmatism in each eye, for real. Like right now, I have on contacts and readers because I do not want to be up here in my regular glasses. Okay. Yeah, they gonna be definitely thinking about you. I'm hearing can't forget you. Cannot forget you. Constantly thinking about you, constantly trying to numb the pain because they done messed up. And Spirit said, bye-bye. Time to go, bye-bye. I'm mad they said chalk it up to an affair though. Yeah, definitely. Cause when I found out that Egyptians didn't even use their human eyes, like they navigated life only with their third eye, like I just was like, yeah, I already know. Cause I was like, how y'all put me here with the bad eyesight? He said, I am God. He said, I am a God. He said, stop playing with God. Yeah, this person was a straight karmic. And I really don't like that because it be the ones that you really want to stick around that's like this. Why, Lord? Why? Well, he said until the day I get struck by lightning, and I was thinking about being in the spotlight. And so spirit is like, you gotta get through all the karmics before you're in the spotlight officially. They could be looking at your pictures, like if you have an Instagram, or looking at just your social media in general. Just sneaking around because their ego too big and don't want to apologize or say anything. Yeah, God of Swords in reverse. This person is not using their mental power, their intellect for good. Because when I tell you, some of the most genius people are the ones who be hacking shit and doing all kinds of crazy scams and whatnot. It be them. For real. And that's what I keep talking about, how your power can be used for bad in a really big way. Because when you have a very high level of intelligence and big energy, spiritual gifts, and all that stuff, and you're in this energy, spirit is not in support. But spirit is in support of you leaving that zero to get you a hero, because you set your boundaries and you said, I don't chase my liquor. Why would I chase a nickel? Because Spirit said, we got somebody for you. It's not going to be a bunch of pipe dreams. It's going to be actual money, tangible money that you are going to see, you know, in an actual legitimate bank. You said, I wish he would tell the truth so he could be in the free world. Yeah. And don't chase those shoes. Honey. Spirit said, we live in all that unrequited love back there in the desert. We don't have time for no dusty, dried up cups. We got stuff that we got to do. We ain't got time. We don't. Yeah, Spirit said, that little that little scheme, the little money scheme, nah, it's not gonna last. So and spirit is like, what's plan B? Spirit said that's not gonna last. So come up with plan B and then holler at me. So I mean, honestly, it doesn't seem like spirit is that upset about it. Cause she said, what you gonna do next? Come holler at me. Yeah, Spirit said we about to put you in a whole holding pattern. We about to put you in a whole holding pattern in order for you to get your mind right, start seeing things from a different perspective, pour into your own cup, set a firm foundation for yourself. And y'all, please don't talk bad about my nails, child. I'm going tomorrow. Okay, the 10 of Cups. Yeah. Spirit is like, we got it for you. This is going to be complete wish fulfillment. An emotionally healing relationship. A relationship that will, oh, I can't talk. A relationship, and I feel like I stuttered just then because this is so powerful, this couple, when y'all finally get together. When you have a relationship that is emotionally fulfilling and balancing and healing, that's worth more than, as Spirit said, that's worth more than its weight in gold. I don't know if any of y'all had country grandparents, but my grandmother was from Salisbury, North Carolina, and she used to say, you're worth your weight in gold. That's long money, generational wealth, the money that took time to cultivate. Spirit is saying it took time to cultivate this love, even if this is not with you and somebody else. It took time to cultivate that love within you. Whew. Eyes on me. Okay, so Spirit, I need to know. Eyes on me. So, aside from learning from your experiences and becoming a great teacher, when the only way to achieve this level of consciousness is if you trust the unknown. So that means relinquishing total control over a situation that you can only control yourself in. Now that's what Spirit said. So if somebody, I'm feel this energy because I'm stuttering again. I feel the energy that someone is trying to do spell work to get somebody to come back to them. And Spirit said, you better stop. Because it's really not going to be good for you. Because this person is a very high-ranking divine being. So either I'm talking to someone doing it or someone who is on the receiving end. Okay. If you're on the receiving end, it's not going to touch you anyway. So carry on. But if you're doing it to somebody, Spirit is like, we will hunt you down. And Spirit said, we are a crack shot. Do you hear me? He said, get those distractions up off you. We were talking about distractions earlier. He said, I heard you just had another little baby, Lord. Oh, my God. You said it ain't that serious. It's not. It's never that serious. But Spirit is saying people want your energy. Your energy is so mystical, magical, amazing, healing, that these folks be trying to hunt you. I'm hearing free game, like, you know, a game hunter or whatever. No. Nope. Spirit said, we too heavily protected for that. She said, why is that baby back in here? For real. The song is called Relax. Spirit said, it is time to relax. The work is done. I said, the work is done. And she said, you working hard every day, baby. I see you. Yep. Take care of your needs. And I said, the song is Relax. So that's self-care, slowing down, resting. She said, tell me what you want and what you need. And this card said, dream the journey. Bask in joy and light. And Spirit is saying this, you know how worker bees, the work is done. They keep saying that. Rest in your magic. Yeah, Spirit said, you're a shapeshifter. You haven't even begun to understand the breadth, the length. Is it breadth and depth? Whatever. You have no idea how powerful you are. Truly. Let go of the need to be right. I was talking about relinquishing control over the situation and other people. Because being in that energy, When you want to control other people, that puts you in the energy to want to use spell work, dark magic, anything manipulative to someone else's free will. And what spirit will do sometimes is spirit will let you think that it's working based on what's going on in that person's life that you're trying to affect. So they may allow a little bit of stuff to happen to make it seem like whatever you're doing is working. And honey, these people fall right into the trap every time. I don't know what's wrong with folks. Because I'm just like, there is no need for the nonsense. Because it's just so many consequences to that. People, like, I'm really convinced that people are crazy as hell. Because you not gonna sit here and tell me that you have all of those powerful gifts and you gonna try to do spell work on somebody. Look, and I picked this one up as soon as I said that. Honey, Spirit said, don't try to run now. You can run, but you can't hide. And people will know how on point your intuition is and your gifts. And they'll still. And what Spirit is saying is that they'll have you play like you don't know what's going on and see if it continues. And it usually does. Because like it's like they put their toe in the water the first time and they're like, I know this is a powerful bitch right here. But I'm just gonna put my toe in the water first to test it out and see if she can recognize it or not. And that'll be your first intuitive hit. And for me personally, I'm gonna speak for myself. I wrestle with that kind of stuff because I don't ever want to just be in my ego. And I don't want to like believe what I want to believe. I want to actually hold out and wait and try to gather some evidence. But see, with spirituality, the evidence is still spiritual. So now I have to really trust in my intuition and trust that my ego is not just telling me something. And so I tend to give people ample time to get it together before I disengage. Just for that reason. Because I just want to make sure that I'm not falsely accusing anybody of doing something like that. Because if somebody, like, first of all, I'm not even trying to get into all of that. Because I feel like, depending upon what the intention is behind it, that's not a good look when you start accusing people of stuff. And there's some people that I know did stuff to me, but I probably won't even speak about the people specifically ever. Because first of all, it gives those people clout. Just telling the story about what these people were attempting to do to me and saying I have a return to sender and all that, it doesn't even matter because some people are going to interpret that as, oh, they're very powerful. They know what they're doing. I'm going to go to them and pay them to give me a spell for XYZ. So, yeah, no. You said still feeling that energy from where? Oh! Excuse me. Oh, still feeding that energy. Okay. Child, I'll be struggling to see, honey. And I need to just go on and get into bed too. It's been a good week though. The front shouldn't be white. What happened? What happened? Oh Lord, yeah. Yawning is definitely contagious. Oh my God, Spirit says sudden wealth. Sudden wealth, honey. Wake up for that. Oh, the font shouldn't be white. Girl, as you can see, I thought that said front. I'll be struggling to see. It's a little bit better today, but I promise you, if I had on white or something real light, I'd be like, y'all, I can't even see the comments. Look, send a smoke signal or something. This sudden wealth, you gonna be able to build houses, buy houses. I'm hearing start tiny home villages. That's a lot of money right there. That's a lot of money right there. And you about to have some wealthy masculine energies. Y'all about to be traveling. She said, I like my man. What? But she said something about she like her man. So yeah, this might just be an older woman and a younger wealthy man. I mean, however that works, I'm with it. Now it depends on how young. Like, I don't know about Kaiser not young. I don't know how old he is, but I don't know about that young. But early to mid 40s, yeah, we in the same similar generation, okay? I think. Oh, and we got great fortune. We got sudden wealth and great fortune. And Spirit said, and the house to boot. I don't even say to boot. Oh boy. Come on, y'all. The privileged lady, gender neutral. You got the live can end now. Cause we've got the privileged lady, sudden wealth, and great fortune. And this damn house. And wealthy man. So yeah, she said, you got it going on. I used to be scared of the dick. Now I throw lips to the shit. be quiet. My niggas bring the riots. Tough talk, tough walk. Queen B, but you can't be. That's why you're mad at me. Killers be quiet. My niggas bring the riots. Tough talk, tough walk. Shit is tired. You wanna be this Queen B, but you can't be. That's why you're mad at me. Now, don't talk trash about my lyrical ability, because I don't know all the words all the time. But you know, this is my era right here. This is like freshman year in college, going to the club on a Tuesday and Wednesday. That's that era right here. Exactly. These kids don't understand. When I tell you that was some good times, I'm just saying. Honey. You want to be this Queen B, but you can't be. That's why you're mad at me. You want to be this Queen B, but you can't be. That's why you're mad at me. And this is for all the people in undergrad who played me and tried to act like I was corny or whatever. You said it was heavy on the club on a Tuesday. Okay, that song going up on Tuesday, the club going up on Tuesday, that is real life. Driving, blasting this song, cause no one. And you cute too, honey. So I know. I know nobody could tell you absolutely nothing. Honey, you had your sunglasses on. Oh my God. You said back before we had phones and everything was recorded. Freaking was a leak tape. Man, they have no idea. I'm so glad I grew up, and if I chose to grow up in that generation, you know it's lit. You already know. Look, this song is called "Pray for Them." We were just talking about people trying to do spell work on, you know, you, divine beings, and Spirit said, pray for them. He said, bitches falling out and falling through. What you doing, nigga? What you doing, nigga? What you doing? He said, in the dark, when we spray ninjas, when we run into you, we ain't playing with you. That's somebody's spirit team. He said, pray to my God, we don't go to the feds. What were we talking about yesterday? We were talking about the feds, for the Fed investigation for entertainment purposes only. We sure were. Let me see what the cards are talking about with this song. Ooh, excuse me. Spirit said we call injustice on the situation. This is what they give me when I'm on point with my reading. Oh my god. The ops, man. Come on now. Spirit said we balanced over here. We're not operating out of jealousy and emotion. We're using logic. I'm hearing intuition. Yeah, Spirit said you're not gonna have to work anymore. Get ready. Go on and get your 2-week notice ready. Cause I promise you, you're not gonna have to work any longer. Cause why? Because you are in Queen of Pentacles energy. This energy gives back to the community. They have mastered their money. She said, I am that bitch. I am protected, well respected. Oh, okay. Baby Tay. Excuse me, we're in Queen of Pentacles energy and King of Cups energy. Come on now. Come on now. That is what you call balance in every area of your life. Because when you have balanced your emotions, that comes with, I'm hearing, innumerable benefits when you balance your emotions. Because when you balance your emotions and you're able to tap into your gifts, that's where the money comes. But balancing your emotions, balancing your masculine and feminine, that right there, it is unmatched. That's how the abundance comes in. When you have balanced your masculine and feminine, and that means using logic instead of emotion at times, using your intuition. And look, I'm talking about using your intuition, and we got if this ain't like new energy connected to balanced emotions, balanced mind state, balanced thoughts. We live in a world where we don't have a choice but to have a certain amount of negative thoughts. But can you at least balance them? That's the test. Because there's never going to be a time when spirit puts you in a predicament where you're just never going to have to face a challenge. Spirit said, this is how the ops looking right now. They out here looking around. While the song said, never stressing, never lacking, got no fears. I want to say that's the hardest to do in healing is mastering balance and energy. Absolutely. Absolutely. But when you like, I know when you have soul contracts with people, you have you encounter people at different points in time in your journey because that person has the ability to activate you in some shape, form, or fashion. So whether it's activating you just by being honest and trustworthy, activating you by being faithful in a relationship, activating you by speaking life into you, and just admiring you and adoring you and loving you. But all of those relationships don't last. But the joy of it is that you got to have that experience with that person, and that person served their purpose in your life, whether it was for a day, a week, a month, 10 years, whatever. That person served their purpose in your life. Because just like other people activate parts of you, you activate parts of other people. So if people got together with the intention, and this is for somebody, this might even be for me, I am setting the intention that I will be in partnership, divine union with someone who we exchange activations. We exchange gift activations, heart chakra activations, DNA activations and upgrades, cellular activations and upgrades. I'm hearing cellular purification. I'm not sure what that means. I'm going to write that down because I would like to look that up. It sounds like a cleanse to me, but cellular purification. I'm gonna look up ram in the bush too. You said cleansing of the cellular system. Ram in the bush is something I always say. Oh, really? Oh, wow. That was a part of Rising Roots reading. Rising Roots, as a matter of fact, I think we talked about that too, because I was telling you in another reading that you have the gift of like mixing things, and Lotus does too. Like herbalist. And I think you said you were creating like lotions and stuff or oils, something like that, like body oil. But yeah, like we've been talking about the death and rebirth pretty much the whole life. And you see how the trumpets are blowing and these people are awakening. When the trumpets blow, the people awaken from the death, from the grave, from being buried alive, Spirit is saying. And buried alive doesn't mean literally, well, this is for entertainment purposes only. We're not promoting violence. It's not literally, it's figuratively. But, you know, just like the saying goes, you can be alive but not living. It's the same thing. You can be alive, but you do not have to be actually living your life. You don't have to be living the life that you should be living. Yeah, I tell people all the time, I'll show you who the ram So, Rise and Roots, you might need to use that phrase because we talked about you standing your ground with people. And she said, I tell people, I'll show you the ram in the bush. I'll show you who the ram in the bush is. Yeah, wasn't it a burning bush? My spirit team is silly. I know there was a burning bush. I don't know. Oh, it was a burning bush? Oh my God. There's something significant about the ram in the bush, though. Especially if you're saying it was a burning bush. And spirits like these people that kept being in their ego, they trying to get away. You know, like I said, operating from ego, operating from emotion. I'm hearing being super impulsive. When you're impulsive all the time about stuff, you mess stuff up all the time. And I say that lightly because every experience is for a reason. So even if you look at it as a failure or a mistake or whatever, spirit is always going to right any wrong, so to speak. So I don't believe in coincidences at all. I don't believe that things just happen by accident or whatever, or happenstance. Like everything is for a reason. Yeah, Spirit said one walked away, but just as fast as that other one walked away, another one's coming in. I'm hearing that song, coming in, I'm coming in, and I'm going to go hard, and I'm going to go Yeah, this other person that walked away, they tried to have you wandering out in the wilderness of your mind. The spirit said they tried to manipulate your mind so it would be easier to like get you to be with them or whatever. Yeah, no, spirit was like, no. This is kind of random, but I feel like this is for entertainment purposes only. I feel like Spirit is saying that drugs are D-rugs. Oh, it TikTok. D-rugs are poisoning the land, you know, like in landfills and I don't think that's a new concept as far as like it contaminating the ground and water. But when you start talking about contaminating the ground and dirt from here goes there and there's transfer, and then that stuff just seeps into the ground and it affects foods, like the things that are supposed to actually be good for you, fruits and vegetables. I don't know why Spirit took me off on a tangent like that right quick. But I think there's something significant going to happen about that. So there's somebody who's transient, like either hotel hopping, Airbnb hopping. That's a straight fraud. Greedy as hell. Damn. And that's what folks do. Like they won't be stationary. When you doing dirt and you know that like what I'm hearing is that there's a delay in picking up on the IP address. I don't know how this is related or if I'm even saying the right thing. I know I'm saying the right thing. But people move around because like they know that they'll commit whatever computer stuff and then move because it takes about, I'm hearing 48, I was hearing 48 to 72 hours to really secure the IP address. Oh Lord. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is for entertainment purposes only. I am not instructing people on how to commit cybercrime. I'm just not. That could have been a tip for the police. Okay. It's also about leaving someone from self or difficult situations. It's about making a way out of an impossible situation. You have to remember God. Replace Isaac as a ram in the bush when Abraham tried to sacrifice Isaac. Okay. And we were talking about ops too. People doing spell work on divine beings. And my higher self is touching my back right now. So, look. Ding, 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 ding. He said rams also represent leadership, strength, obedience, consecration of priests. Who in the hell is hacking something because it ain't me? No, there was this person. So whoever I was talking to about that, they met this person and they were up to no good. Up to no good. Cause see, but my thing is this. Don't involve me in your mess. Cause I don't want no parts of it. Absolutely not. I didn't know that was the lyrics. Oh, this is a remix. Yeah, Spirit said, by you turning your back on this non-compassionate, I'm hearing just empty, loveless, heartless love, fake love. By leaving that behind, you turn the wheel in your favor. Celebration, joy, balanced energy, new beginnings with all the wisdom and the healing that took place from other relationships. Yeah, Spirit said you're finally in collaboration with your spirit team. Finally. And we have a brand new journey to embark upon. That's what Spirit said. And y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm off tomorrow, so I might get on a little bit earlier. But we'll see how I feel about the situation. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Crazy. I know this guy, and he scam shady as fuck, and he was trying to hide what he really does for work. Yeah. I don't know why folks be playing with our gifts like that. It doesn't make sense. Like, just tell the truth. If you know, and I'm not saying I would be okay with somebody committing crimes, but you know, sometimes you just, if you tell the truth and be upfront with people, that actually builds trust. Cause I know I dated this guy. I don't even know if you want to call it us dating, because it really wasn't ever that. But we got close at one point, and he had a situation where his son and his mom were unstable, and he was like, just come live with me, I'll get us a 3-bedroom, and I'm not messing with you. You're not about to be all in my business questioning me on what I'm doing. You know, they had an agreement. And so the fact that he was upfront with it, you know, and granted, I could have been extremely naive about the situation. But now I feel like he was telling the truth about that, but had a whole bunch of other eccentricities going on. So, I mean, but people can be honest, and they can, you know, actually be on the up and up. And I can work with that. I can't work with you trying to pretend. You too. Good night. So, okay. So yeah. And my phone is about to die too. So I will see y'all later. Have a good night. Night night. Lord, why is it taking